Ladies and gentlemen, and assembled company, welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe. And for the first Tuesday night, and this will be a regular weekly event, we are introducing international, and tonight we are truly international young storytellers from around the world, which I suppose is what international means. And yeah, so I don't know anyone, and I'm just sitting here in my bubble, and so I'm going to pass over to David and Merrick at different times, and they will introduce your people. But fantastic, you're all amazing. I'm going to say this right at the beginning. You're all amazing just for being here, and I've been looking forward to this. So, David, I'm going to pass over to you, and can you introduce the first teller? And maybe it's an idea to also announce who's coming on after them, so they can, they're not taken by surprise. We like to be kind to the young people. Okay, David, over to you.
Thank you very much, John. This is a wonderful plan, wonderful initiative to start this young storytellers circle. And well, storytelling from around the world. It's wonderful, wonderful. So hello to everybody, welcome. I can see 4 young people here who would like to tell a story. Could those 4 young people wave? Those 4 young people, yes, I can see them there. So I think we'll just decide on a running order now. Arish, would you like to go first? Put your thumb up. Arish, will you go first? Arish, can you hear me? Arish, would you like to be the first storyteller today?
Arish,
yes?
you need to unmute.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to say to Noor. Where's Noor? Can I see her right now? There she is. Noor, would you like to be the first storyteller tonight?
Yes.
Wonderful. And then after Noor, we'll have Vuk. Vuk, would you like to be second? And
I will be proud of myself.
You'll be proud, fantastic. And after Vuk, we'll go to Arish. Okay, Arish, you'll be number 3. Arish, will you be number 3? I will come back to Arish and see if that's okay. And then after that, it'll probably be Anka, probably be number 4, but we'll check that. Okay, and then there'll be some more. So we'll go straight into Noor. Shall I just explain? I'm a volunteer with the Hands Up Project. And you can also see in the room, can you wave Mr. Nick Bilborough? Nick Bilborough is the founder of the Hands Up Project, which is a fantastic organization. It's a charity. We support young people, especially in Palestine, being able to talk and communicate, share their creativity, their plays, their stories all around the world. And the 2 of the storytellers this evening, Noor and Arish, are part of the Hands Up Project as well. And I can see Hend, who's also Noor's teacher, looking very proud here, because Hend's student, Arish, is going to be the 3rd on today, maybe. So the first storyteller I would like to introduce, and hello to everybody watching on Facebook as well. The first storyteller will be Noor. Noor is, I think you're 12 years old and you live in Gaza in Palestine. Is that right, Noor?
Yeah.
So Noor, would you like to introduce yourself, exactly, and you can begin?
Yeah. Hi, I am Noor. I am 12 years old. I live in Gaza. Today I will tell you a story and I hope to be interested in it. Let's start. But before I start telling the story, I will give you some words that will help you to understand the story. And let's start. First, the king. King is the ruler of a city. or a country, or a village. Queen. The queen is the king's wife, and sometimes she is the ruler. Hermit. The hermit is a wise man, and all the people come to him to have a solution about their problems. Peacock. The peacock, it's a large, beautiful bird, had a long tail with beautiful colors, blue and green. Feathers. The feathers, it's something so soft. It covers the birds and helps them to fly. Bark. The bark is the voice of the dog. Phoenix. It's a magical bird which born from the ash. And finally, we have forest. The forest, it's a large place full of large trees and lots of animals. Now guys, are you ready to listen to the story? I think you are ready. Let's start. Once upon a time, there lived a king and a queen who had two beautiful sons and one little daughter with golden hair named Rosette. Now guys, when you hear the name Rosette, you should touch your hair and do like this. Touch your hair and do like this. Okay, let's complete. But the king and the queen were deeply sad because the fairies told that Rosette may cause big problem for her brothers, and they may even meet their death. So the king consulted with his ministers and wise men, but none could come up with a solution. One day, they went to Hermit in the forest to have a solution about the floor scene. He answered them, "Go and let the prince in the tower, and never let her out." So the king put her daughter in a big tower, and they always visited her every day. Soon, the king and the queen were died. Everyone was sorry. Long live the king! Long live the king! The big brother was the king. Long live the king! Long live the king! Now, let us take out our sister from the tower. Rosette, wow, what's a lovely peacock! I decided that I never marry anyone but king of peacocks. The king and the prince set out from the castle to search for him. They went on and on, so far. At last, they reached a road that had peacocks in every tree, and their cries could be heard a long way off. Iya, 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 iya. The road led them to a city where they found everybody dressed in peacock's feathers. Soon, the king and the prince saw the king of peacocks, who was driving about in a beautiful little golden carriage. and was driven by 12 peacocks. The prince said, "Sir, I am the prince. This is my brother, the king. And this is a portrait of our sister, the Princess Rosette. We have come from far away to ask you if you want to marry her." The king of the peacocks said, "Oh, very well. I will marry her if she had a kind heart, and if not, I will punish you." Back to the castle, Rosette asked the servant, "Take care of everything. Make sure the people are happy and content until the king returns." She set out with her dog, nurse, and nurse's daughter. But the nurse didn't have a kind heart, but had a secret plan. They took a boat to go to the peacock's kingdom. At night, when Rosette fallen asleep, the nurse said to the man who drove the boat, "Do you want money?" The man replied, "Yes, of course I want money." "I will give you money if you help us to throw the princess into the water. And my daughter will be the princess." Okay, let's go." They threw the princess into the water. But luckily, the princess' bed was stuffed with phoenix feathers and half floating over the water. Suddenly, the dog woke and began to bark. "How, how, 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 how." He barked so long and so loud that he woke up the princess and all the fish. The fish swam up and saved her. "Princess Rosette, Princess Rosette," it said, and held her and saved her and carried her along the river. Also, it helped her to reach the kingdom. The nurse's daughter put on the Rosette's dress, covered with her diamonds, and reached the kingdom. They were surprised. She was slapping and pinching everyone she could reach. "Go and bring me some food. I am very hungry." Meanwhile, Rosette and her dog, with the help of fish, reached the kingdom. "Thank you so much, my friend. I shall never forget your help." The king was shocked when he saw the fake princess and said, "What, you two rascals who call yourself king and the prince, dare to blame me such a trick? Your sister doesn't have the golden hair and she was not kind." The prince replied, "There is a misunderstanding. She is not our sister." "Lies, lies, and lies! Leave them in the prison!" Rosette ran quickly and said, "Stop, stop, I am the princess," and told him all the story. The king was shocked. He ordered his guard to put the nurse and her daughter in the prison. Rosette said to the king of peacocks, "Oh, king of the peacocks, please don't harm them. Please forgive them. They will surely learn from their mistake. Never wish harm upon anyone." The king was very impressed by the Rosettes' kindness toward the nurse and her daughter, despite they tried to harm her. The wedding was held at once, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. Woo!
What a nice story.
Oh, perfect.
Cool.
It's a very great story. You picked a very good choice.
Thank you.
But I
No
want-
problem.
Thank you. Now, I had a question. Can I ask
Go on.
him? Yeah, what is the moral lessons of the story? What do you learn from the story?
Go on, Anka.
Take your rest.
Okay, I learned the kindness is very well, and it's very good to be kind and very beautiful when you're kind to someone, and very nice when you help someone. I know I learned that, and also I learned the same thing from my grandpa. Oh,
Oh,
bravo,
this
Noor.
one. Oh. Thank you.
Noor,
Thank
that
you.
was absolutely fantastic
well-
storytelling. I loved the energy of your storytelling, and you dramatized the story. You brought it to life with all of your gestures and your hat. It was so full of life. So
Noor,
it was absolutely wonderful. And I
It's so
love the
much.
way you look right into the camera. So you're telling the story directly to us. It's
Thank
so
you.
such great storytelling techniques and just beautiful
nice.
energy.
Yeah,
Noor,
thank you so much.
I want just to say before I start, you are perfect. My story is nothing when I
Uh,
heard.
Thank you.
Noor, that was
So
that was amazing. So Noor was telling this story from Gaza in Palestine. Does everybody know where Palestine is? Yeah. Okay. So
Is it in Asia?
that's a really good question. Well, it's kind of between Asia and Europe. So it's on the coast. Okay. So it's not far from Syria. It's not far from Egypt. It's on the Mediterranean Sea.
yeah,
Okay.
just
I'll get to tell you what, I'll get my globe in a moment and I'll show you where Palestine is.
And if you can see my background, this is a
Wow.
view of Gaza where Noor lives from above.
oh, oh my god!
This
I love
is
your
Gaza.
photo.
Yeah.
You see, it's very crowded.
يعني دقيق.
No, you're fabulous. And I know that your teacher, Sahar Sayam, will be very proud of the way you told your story, Princess Rosette and the King of
Oh my-
Peacocks.
I think
So
she's
thank
here.
you, Noor. Stay and listen to some more stories, Noor. We're going to hand over to Vuk now.
Brilliant,
Vuk
Noor.
Pristojovic. Yeah, well done, Noor. Vuk
Thank you so
Pristojovic
much.
is a young man from Serbia, and I met Vuk also because of the Hands Up project, because I was doing some storytelling on Zoom back in
Breath of fresh
summer,
air.
and Vuk came along, and he was a guest storyteller on one of our Zoom sessions.
And I
And
was,
Vuk, are you going to tell the story of The Darkness?
yeah,
Fantastic. So,
I-
Vuk, how old are you?
I'm 11. I'm 11 last Saturday I became 11.
Well, happy birthday for last Saturday, Vuk.
Mm.
Absolutely brilliant. So let's all mute ourselves. And Vuk, you are now the storyteller.
Yeah.
Very excited to hear you.
I'm from town from Serbia, Shabac. I go in school premier with Anka, Istich, and this group of children, teachers, Sanya, Croatia. I will tell you an old story from Serbia, which is called The Dark World, or in our old language, Tamni Vilayet. Long time ago, there was a king who arrived to the end of the world with his army. There was nothing in front of him, only dark world, with nothing was possible to be seen, and which everyone who entered would get lost and could never return to our world. But the king and his army wanted to move on. Then someone had a great idea. They left false young horses at the edge of the darkness and rode mares, their mothers, straight ahead into a dark world. They knew that the mother horses would be able to find their children even in the dark, so they would bring them back to our world. They finally entered the dark world and wandered in it for a long time. When they managed to return to take off their horses, they realized that the ground was full of pebbles. And when no one was expecting, creepy, unhuman voice came from the darkness. Those who will take those pebbles will regret, and those who will not take those pebbles will regret. Some of them true. If I will regret, why should I take any? So they would take anything. Some of them true, I will take at least one. So they took one pebble each, put them in their pockets, and go to our world. When they finally get to our world, they realized what it was all about. Those pebbles they walked on were diamonds. The dark world was full of diamonds. So people who didn't take any started to regret not taking any, and those who take only one started to regret not taking any more.
Very nice story, book.
Thank you.
Thank you, Book. That was wonderful.
That was brilliant, Vuk. You're a wonderful young storyteller. And I love that story. Ever since I learned it from you back in, I don't know, May or June, I've been telling that story of the dark world. I love the wisdom in it. Those who took one diamond regretted not taking more. And those who took no diamonds regretted not taking any. So it's all about that, you know, it's a deep story, Vuk. Yeah. It's a powerful story.
Bravo, Vuk. It's very nice story.
It was old story, and I learned it and wanted to translate it and share it with young storytellers all around the world.
Brilliant.
Just fantastic.
Bravo.
Bravo, Vuk. Very nice story. Well done.
Thanks.
Good.
And you told it with, just like Noor, with so much energy and so much emphasis, Vuk. I'm very, very glad to hear you. And the last time I heard you tell it, you told it beautifully. This time it was magnificent.
Thank you.
So now we're going to go back to Palestine and to Gaza. And I hope that Arish is with us. Arish, can you wave? Is Arish here? Yes, she's here. Arish, can you say hello? Can you unmute yourself, Arish?
Yeah.
Okay. And Arish is here with her teacher, Hend. Can you wave? Hello, Hend.
Hello,
Lovely to
Arish.
see you, Hend. And
Hello, Noor.
2 weeks ago, Hend and Arish told the story Lolaja, which is a Palestinian folk tale. And they told it together. It was tandem storytelling. But if I'm right, I think today, Arish, you're going to tell it on your own. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So here we are, over to Arish in Gaza, who's going to tell us the story, a Palestinian folktale, Lolaja.
Okay, let's start. Once
Yes.
upon a time, there was a woman who had no kids. She always wished if she could have a baby, until she finally had a beautiful girl that she named Lolaja. Lolaja, the little girl, used to play with her best friend Al-Yusufi. They loved to do everything together. One day, Lolaja and Al-Yusufi decided to go to the forbidden forest where everyone knew there was a horrible ghoul there. Lolaja said, Al-Yusufi, listen to me. I feel like some apples and some pears. Al-Yusufi replied, but Lolaja, those fruits are only found in the forbidden forest. Let's go get some, Lolaja replied. But they say there's a horrible ghoul there, Al-Yusufi replied. Lolaja replied, okay, but we'll only pick some apples from the nearest tree and run away. Al-Yusufi replied, okay, but we'll only pick 2 apples and run away. Okay, deal then, Lolaja replied. In that forest, Lolaja saw a huge tree and decided to go up get some apples. And suddenly, a horrible ghoul showed up. He took Lolaja and flew away. Al-Yusufi ran out to the forest and yelled for help. All the family started to search for Lolaja that night, but couldn't find her. A couple of weeks passed, but still Lolaja was missing. Al-Yusufi, though, had never lost hope to find her. So he decided to set out to find her. He was walking in that forest when he came across a good wizard. The good wizard said, oh, look what we have here. Hey, little boy, what are you doing here? Don't you know that there's a horrible ghoul here that can take you away? Al-Yusufi replied, I know, and I'm waiting for him. He took away my best friend Lolaja 2 weeks ago, and now I'm here to find her. Oh, what a brave boy you are. Okay, listen to me. I know where the ghoul is keeping your friend. She's kept in a big castle up in the mountains. But the ghoul is so powerful and evil, you won't be able to defeat him. The good wizard replied. Al-Yusufi replied, I'll do everything I can to save my friend's life. Thank you for guiding me, and I promise I won't come back without her. The good wizard replied, oh, wait, you brave boy. Take these 3 hairs to make wishes that could help you free Lolaja. Al-Yusufi took the 3 hairs and went on. Al-Yusufi finally arrived at the castle. He snuck into it and stealthily moved from one room to another. Lolaja, Lolaja, where are you? Until he finally found Lolaja. She was very happy to see him. Lolaja said, oh, Al-Yusufi, I was waiting for you to come rescue me, and you did. Thank you very much, my best friend. Oh, let's run away from here before the ghoul arrives. Al-Yusufi replied, oh, you're right, let's go. And just as they were about to leave, all the furniture in that magic castle screamed and called the ghoul their master. The table screamed, they're running away! They're running away! The door screamed, they're running away! They're running away! The sofa screamed, chase them! Chase them! The window screamed, close the gates! Lolaja and Al-Yusufi ran away. The ghoul saw them, so he angrily chased them. The ghoul said, ah ha ha ha, you think you can escape? Ha ha ha. Al-Yusufi dropped the first hair that turned the ground into razor blades. But the ghoul could go over them easily. Ah ha ha, you think you can defeat me with that silly magic, you silly weak boy. Then he drew the second hair that turned the ground into a sea. But the ghoul could swim through. Aha! I'll get you in the end, and I will kill you both, the ghoul said. Finally, he drew the third hair that turned the ground into fire that burned the ghoul. The ghoul said, "Oh no! By the power of my dark magic, turn Lolaja into a dirty little dog and turn Al Yusufi into an eagle so they could never be together. Oh!" The little dog said, "Oh no! The evil ghoul turned me into a little dirty dog. How can I go to my mother's house? She will refuse to let me in the house. Al Yusufi, where are you?" Al Yusufi replied, "I'm up here flying around you. Don't worry, Lawlaja. I'll guide you to your house, and I'll keep around the house, and I'll keep visiting you." Lawlaja finally arrived home. Every night she went to her mother's house, tidied up the house, then left. The mother woke up every morning to find the house tidied up. The mother said, "Oh, who was cleaning the house every day?" The mother pretended to sleep to see who was cleaning the house. One night, she snuck out and she was surprised to see an eagle up a tree singing to a little dog. "Hey Lolaja, how are you doing at your home?" And the little dog replying, "Hey Yusufi, I'm hungry, I'm cold." The mother rushed out and hugged the dog. The mother said, "Oh Lolaja, I miss you so much. I can't believe you're here with me." Now the mother knew that Lolaja and Al Yusufi were cursed. Finally, they went to the good wizard who could turn them back into humans. Al Yusufi sang to Lolaja again. "Hey Lolaja, how are you doing at your home now?" And Lolaja replied, "Hey Yusufi, I'm so happy, I'm so happy." And they lived happily ever after.
That was great.
Magic.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Arish, beautiful.
Wonderful.
That was a
Thank
really
you
great
all.
story. I really did
Thank
enjoy
you.
it.
That was fantastic, Arish. That was amazing.
Thank you, David.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
wonderful storytelling. It was great to hear that story being told again. You taught me that story last week, and it's been in my mind ever since. Hend, what would you like to say to your student, Arish?
Bravo, Aris. Excellent. You are a brilliant storyteller, and I'm sure that one day she will be a great storyteller.
Thank
Like
you.
her teacher, Arish has got the most fantastic storytelling teacher in Hend. So bravo to Hend as well. You're an inspiration to your students.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And also in the room, I can see Sahar Siam is here, although her video is switched off. And Sahar is Noor's teacher. Sahar, would you like to say something to Noor about her storytelling today?
Yeah, Noor was so brilliant to do this amazing job today. And she's doing not only telling a story, but she is performing and let us all imagine what is happening. So thank you, Noor, for making my heart maybe over the moon today. Excellent, Noor.
So well done. We've had two fantastic young storytellers from Gaza today, Noor and Arish. And Arish, that story you told is a traditional story that's told in Palestine. And just as the story before that Vuk told is a really old story from Serbia and that part of Europe. So now we're going back to Serbia, to another student who I met through the Hands Up project when we were exchanging stories between different cultures, to Anka Ristic. Anka, are you ready to tell your story?
Well,
and can I see your teacher there? Is that Sanya that I can see in the background? Hi, Sanya.
Hello, Sanya.
So, Anka, it's over to you. Which story are you going to tell us today?
Well, I will tell the story by the previous time, the house neither in heaven or on earth. So this is a story from Serbia. The kids in Serbia learn it from their books. So when on our Serbian class, we had because we have a book where they have some text and the stories, and so we learn it from there. And I decided to tell that story because for me it's very nice. Okay. So I will start now. I'm a bit nervous, but I guess it'll be alright. So once upon a time, there was a man, the king, who had 3 sons and 1 daughter. He loved his children, and he, especially his daughter, he kept her in a cage, very huge cage, and he really loved her, so he didn't let her to go anywhere. But one morning, she asked her father, "Dad, can I please go to the yard and get some fresh air and get 1 apple?" He allowed it her, but when she wanted to get an apple from the tree, a big giant came and kidnapped her. The king told his sons to go and search for their sister. After a lot of hours of searching, they found a house that's neither in heaven or on earth. So they thought their sister wasn't there. They needed to sacrifice their horses to make of their skin and make a rope so they could climb to the house. The sons didn't know who will go because they were all scared. But everything fell to the back of the youngest brother, so he needed to sacrifice his horse and of his rope his skin make a rope so he could climb to the castle. When he climbed, he found a couple of rooms, and in the last room he found his sister and the dragon. The dragon was sleeping, but he needed to kill him. So his sister told him to kill the dragon in the heart. So he did it, and they found some girls, 3 girls in 3 rooms. They needed to climb down. So when they get out, first the sister gets down, then the girls, and when the youngest brother needed to come, the older brothers cut the rope so he will come back because they were jealous of him. When they coming home, they found a shepherd. So they dressed the shepherd as a prince and get back to the castle. And they told their father that they saved the princess. And they told the princess if she said something to her dad that wasn't true, she will die. They will kill her. So a few weeks passed, and the youngest brother came and told everything. So the king told his sons, "Go away! I don't need you anymore. I'm so angry at you. How could you lie and get your brother stuck there? He was seriously very hungry. I'm sorry, something. He was very hungry and thirsty. How could you do that? I'm so disappointed in you." With those words, the older brother left, and they were no royal anymore. And the king told his youngest son, when he dies, he will have the kingdom and his royalty to him. And also the youngest brother could pick the most beautiful girl he liked to be his future wife. The end. I hope you enjoy, and sorry I was a bit nervous because I'm a bit afraid of public speaking. So I hope you enjoyed.
It was beautiful.
Bravo.
Thank you.
That was beautiful, Anka.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Inka, you said at the end you were a bit nervous of public speaking, but you have just told a story to the world, a story from Serbia, and you've shared it. And we didn't guess that you were nervous because you told it so clearly and confidently.
I actually thought it wasn't. Thank you, everybody.
Anka, is that čardak ni na nebu ni na zemlji?
Da. Yes, it is. So in Serbian language, this story, you say it's čardak ni na nebu ni na zemlji.
Čardak is like the house on the like.
So you keep kind of corn in it and something. Like
the house that is not on the earth completely. It's on
a house that is between earth and
pillars,
heaven.
On pillars.
Yes, it's flying. Yes, and also, did you learn anything for this story?
Well, there's a really good question. What did we learn from this story?
We learned that the lying was never a good option, I think.
Correct. That's the idea from this story. The who wrote it wanted the kids to know that lying is bad and it's just not good. It doesn't make sense when someone lies. Sometimes a great lie is like to say your mom or dad, like, your breakfast was nice, they make you. That was a kind of nice lie to sell them something nice, but not tell very big lies, and they're very bad.
Oh, we call that kind of lie white lie here in Arabic. We call it a white lie, yeah.
Yeah, small white lies we call them, and they're pretty good because we don't hurt people, their feelings, but these normal lies, they're really bad. And I actually hate when someone lies to me.
There's so many stories from all over the world and all different cultures about lying and about honesty. And the first story that we heard today from Noor was also a warning about not telling lies. Look at the behavior of the nurse and her daughter. And now you had the same theme in your Serbian story here. So I want to congratulate all the children that have told stories so far, to Noor and Vuk and Arij and Anka for your beautiful storytelling. I hope you'll come back and tell a story again, and maybe some more of your friends and classmates. I know this is the beginning of something very special.
So we're going to hand over from David's tribe, David's global tribe, to Merrick's global tribe, or the representative of Merrick's global tribe. There will be, over the weeks, there'll be more people joining us. But Merrick, would you like to introduce your representative?
Yes, Harmandeep is going to tell you a little slice of her story that she's working on at the moment. I'm just conscious of the time so the children can get a nice conversation in after this. She comes from a strange magical land where the dogs go meow and the cats go woof woof, and all the boys have white beards and red hats and glasses and ride on steam trains and are called all John Rowe. So they're all from Barking. And Harmandeep is going to tell you a story because she is from that same land, and I'm now going to hand you over to Harmandeep.
Harmandeep, we can't see you at the moment or hear you. Can you turn on your video and your sound, please?
Yes, of course.
Sorry, so I was having a bit of a technical difficulty. It's all sorted now. Okay.
You're mute.
Entered the evil, dark Emperor's palace. He had kidnapped 52 princes. Now, 52 is a lot of princes. So, Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji wanted to rescue these princes. But as you know, the emperor being a really cruel king, he said, "Tum mere le ja sakte ho. Sure, you can take them, but only if you can handle this challenge." So, Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji went back.
Just don't be nervous, Harmandeep. Just we'll
I think
sit there.
I think we had a technical difficulty. I think she got cut there. Anyway, I'll fill in for Harmandeep just while she's hopefully rejoining us. So Harmandeep was speaking in Punjabi there, and she likes to use the Punjabi language sort of sprinkled through her story. So that's a snippet of a traditional story from the Sikh religion, and she tends to try and use a lot of that. She's got a great wealth and a great knowledge of that tradition, and she's even told in her temple, she's told in our school, and she's actually been into other schools and told. And she's got a best friend called Christine, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. Hopefully she'll be here next week. And Christine speaks in Romanian, so I'm hoping Harmandeep will be back very soon. But one of my favorites is about how Ganesh got his elephant head, and that was the very first story that she ever told me, and I absolutely love that one. Maybe while we're still waiting for Harmandeep to come back, maybe we could just ask John some of the other children where they got their stories from or something, where they found them.
Can I just ask something, Merrick?
Yes.
Does Harmandeep live in the UK?
Yes, she does. Yes.
Where does she live?
In Barking in London.
Okay. And you were saying she was telling the story in English and Punjabi. And
yeah,
which countries do they speak Punjabi?
In India. I'd have to get her to tell you where else.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know if they speak any in Sri Lanka, I'm not sure, but maybe she might know some more.
I think it's in, yeah, I think it's mainly in India. So we've had stories from Punjab. We've had stories from Palestine. We were talking about places earlier. I just thought I'd show you on my globe. Here I am. Some of us are in the UK, but Palestine is here. We go right up close. You can see we've got Egypt, Turkey, Lebanon, Syria, and right on the Mediterranean Sea is Palestine, and Gaza is right on the coast there. And then going not far across the sea, you come to Southern Europe, and here is Serbia, the green country that my finger is. Serbia,
yeah.
which is where Vuk and Anka and their friends in Sanya's class are.
I live like in a north. I have a globe. I have a globe. It's smaller.
Fantastic.
I just want. Wait. Can.
Show my globe.
While they're finding it, John, Harmandeep sends her apologies. She's had a technical problem and probably will not be able to return. So I'll let you move on as you wish. Thank you. Apologies for that.
No. It happens. It happens. It happens on the best run. We're in this world of Zoom, where we're driving along the highway, and suddenly a big hole appears, and we drop down it. And it takes us some days to get out in some cases. So don't worry. But we will be back this this session's going to run every Tuesday. There will be more people joining us. Everyone who's been here this week is welcome to come back every week. There's no as more and more people get on. We might have to take turns until some tell 1 week, some tell the next. So everyone gets a chance. But it would be wonderful to have you all back to listen to each other. For the moment, I think, because adults talk too much, so I shall have to stay because I kind of run the joint. But I'm going to, and I'm sorry, Mike, I'm going to kick you out almost immediately. You got on. There's Mike Russ down there is one of the people that is inspiring both this and the World Story Round on Sunday. But it would be great if the children had a chance to talk to each other. So their teachers can stay, maybe just to encourage them to talk, but I'm just going to thank everyone for coming and say goodbye. But before you go, wherever you are listening, there's a little hat there, and the hat will go to the Hands Up Project tonight. So if you donate into the hat, that will go to the Hands Up Project. I think, Yulia, you sorted that out, haven't you? Bless you. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to close myself off. I'm going to wave goodbye to all those wonderful adults who come to support us. And you children, you stay and you talk to each